I'm ready for this segment. So interesting. The topic today, dating and relationships in the gym. That's right, in the gym. Sure, you can meet your future husband or wife, you know, in the grocery store, at the church. However, when you meet your possible spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend in the gym, there is a different energy. There's a physical energy that's going on. So it's a very different situation. And with that, I'm learning that there's something going on as far as a disconnect with men and women. The way men see women in the gym and the way women see women in the gym, the way women see men in the gym. So this topic is so interesting, guys. Now today, roundtable discussion, and joining me, of course, is Whitney Jones, Miss Olympia Fitness, Camille Perriat, Bikini Pro, Wendy Fortino, Figure Pro. And guys, we have a lot to talk about. And more importantly, we want you to chime in because we want to hear what you have to say. So subscribe, follow, like, but let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. I have 2 videos that I found from men on giving advice to other men as how to date a relationship in the gym. Are you guys ready for it? Let's watch this first video.
The best way to approach a girl at the gym. I've seen a lot of videos of guys going viral being creeps in the gym, so I have the best way for you to approach a girl you find attractive. You want to ask her to help you with something, whether it's helping you grab a video, not spotting you, but helping you with something, specifically helping you record a video for your set, and then you want to engage in the conversation with her. Ask her name, ask her what she does. I do not recommend you just go up to a girl and just say, hey, I want to take you out. I do not want you to be labeled as a creep. I don't want you to go viral of being the next guy trying to talk to a girl in the gym. So ask the girl to help you record something of your set and see how open she is. And then you can start a conversation. If she seems standoffish, take that as a hint to move on.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah. Well, at least he did say, take that as a hint, you know.
I think he should take it as a hint that no girl is going for that.
I want to know, does that actually work for him? I mean, has he tried that approach, or is he just coming up with stuff? I mean, that's the thing, like a lot of advice that I see people giving, I truly wonder if this is advice that people have actually used successfully. I can't imagine that would work successully for anyone.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think the thing for me is when I saw it, I'm like, this guy took the time to post it. He put up the edits. He did it all. I'm like, he had a lot of time to think about it. So I was like, I thought the same thing.
If a guy came up to us and said, would you record my set?
We would laugh.
I would roll my, I mean, I would do it just to be nice, but definitely not a conversation, because he's that tool in the gym.
It'd be very obvious.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. I agree with you, but I also think that it's just rude. I mean, it's kind of etiquette. You know, if somebody's literally in the middle of their workout, it's not really, someone isn't in the middle of the workout because they're like trying to like necessarily look for a mate. So I think you're trying to train hard, and if somebody comes up to you in the gym and wants you to record their set, that's interrupting your workout. So I mean, it's kind of like, I don't really look at it as like whether you're successful or not. I mean, the girl might actually be interested in you, but she doesn't want to be interrupted. So I don't know if that's a good litmus test.
He made it about himself though, and I think that's probably the biggest turnoff. Hey, do this for me.
Right.
But I think I think women, when they go to the gym, we're already a little nervous about maybe being hit on. So, the best thing to do if you're wanting to get noticed by a female is probably just to let her do her workout and maybe over time make eye contact and catch vibes, but
for sure.
Asking
catch vibes.
Yeah,
the vibe out there.
Try to catch the vibes.
Yeah.
I like that. That actually sums it
up. Subtle is underrated, I think, to some extent. But in the gym, with us being true athletes, we're not there to just post and be Insta famous. We're there to actually get
to work out hard.
Done.
Yeah, and that was the thing that I did notice between when thinking about us is that we do it for a living, right? We started out just working out, but that's our place of business. But at the same time, all the other women out there, that's their place of business too, because they just want to come in the gym, they just want to train, and they want to get it done.
Right.
You know, so they're taking it serious, and that's why I want the ladies out there to chime in and give us, tell us, some of your experiences.
We want to hear your comments.
I want the guy who made that video, I want to, if he sees this, I would love for him to make a comment and let us know if that worked for him. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it works for you, and maybe it's great advice, you know.
And now if there's any guy who asks you to film him, you're like, I know where that came from.
Yes.
We're going to reference this. Oh, you listen to this guy.
So let's go to that second video, because this guy, I think, is quite interesting.
You want to approach that girl, right? But you don't want to bother her. I was on a client call this week, and I had a client tell me that there was this cute girl at the gym. He made eye contact with her. He wanted to approach her, but he didn't want to bother her. So this is what I said to him, right? I said, why is she wearing $120 leggings from Lululemon? Why is she wearing $80 brand new Nikes, right? Why is her hair in a good ponytail? Why is she wearing makeup? Why did she get ready to go to the gym, right? If she didn't want to be bothered. She didn't want to be bothered. She just wear some old sweatpants and, not catch any attention to any guys at all, right? But here's the thing. If you're a low value guy, then you're right. When you approach her, you're totally going to bother her. But if you're a high value guy, then you're the exact reason that she spent that long getting ready to go to the gym.
I've never heard, as far as whether I'm wearing Lululemons or even thought about the girl's clothing and her attire. Of course, we've had conversations about a woman that comes in and she's fully glam with the makeup and on and all that. But
but we're gonna go work out after this, and we're fully glammed.
but also for a woman, I like to maybe wear nice leggings and and for girls, it's like when you have a new workout outfit,
you feel motivated.
It makes you motivated and it makes you feel good, and you're gonna get a better workout. Never have I ever done it to be noticed by a guy. That's the last thing I want to do is get noticed.
We can do it for us.
Okay,
we like to feel good about ourselves.
Did you guys catch something about that video? He said, when I talk to my clients, I have this must be his business.
Yeah. Well, what industry are you in?
I think his business is giving dating advice to men. I'm very curious with him and also the last guy. I would love to know the success rate of these strategies. They had to have been created from some form of foundational substance, right? I mean, some of it might be partially true, but when you say it out loud and it's written on paper, it seems so crazy, but potentially, just to give the benefit of the doubt, it's so off-putting when you hear it said out loud. But it could be possible. I've been married for 12 years now. We've been together for 14.
Yeah.
How long have we been married? We've been married for 12 years. But before that, potentially, if I got this vibe that a guy I was attracted to a guy, and he came up to me, potentially, just without realizing it, I would have been more apt to want to be interrupted versus a guy that maybe I wasn't had that. So it just hearing it out loud sounds so off-putting, but there might be some truth to it. But this guy's making money off of this. So
but he said low value and high value.
Yeah, he did.
But that's different for everybody.
What are the
what you think is a high value guy could be totally different than what I think.
That's a good point.
Yeah, because I was trying to figure it out. I was like, okay, is he talking about some high-end Beverly Hills Equinox? Because I never thought about a woman. I don't see women going in making a fashion statement. Okay, I'm looking for a high-end man.
There are some girls that do that. It's pretty apparent.
Yeah. They're not really working out though.
Yeah.
They're just walking.
But the first thing I was thinking about is like, okay, there's people obviously searching for this.
Yeah.
And B, this could also be, I think luckily I'm in a long-term relationship. I'm not in the dating world, but dating apps, it's really hard. The dating world, I've heard, is really challenging. So most people go to dating apps. So finding somebody in person with a common interest, the gym would be one of those settings. So I think there's just a lot of confusion. Like the dating world's just different now.
Yeah,
so,
it really is.
So it makes people feel like go to these outlets.
But you want somebody, like you said, especially for athletes in our industry, to find someone who enjoys going to the gym, who enjoys taking care of themselves, probably meal preps, does all the things that we do. Way easier to have a relationship with someone like that than somebody who is completely opposite, business world, hitting the bars every night. Like that is, but how do we blend this so we can match
viewers
people?
may be interested to know, what do you consider to be a high value man?
Me personally?
Yeah, I mean, you said you have your...
All right.
Let's hear. I mean, viewers might want to know.
I mean, obviously, I love someone who is fit, attractive. To me, I want that connection long term.
You like someone with the shoe game on point.
Yeah. I mean, they need to have a lot more than that, but they've got it. I mean, but just having a sense of style. So yeah, if they come into the gym looking like a scrub, probably wouldn't pay much attention to them. But if they have some appeal, I would be attracted to that. But then again, it's more, for me personally, it's personality. Like, I like laughter. I like fun. If he's an introvert, probably not going to go well with me because I'm so extra that I need someone to kind of match. But yet still probably if we were both crazy extroverts, I don't know if it would match. But I mean, having a good look, but more of a personality, and then more just appreciation. No, I don't like the ego, the cockiness. I'm not into that. And just more of an appreciation for professionalism. What we've accomplished as females, like being proud of that. Because I think a lot of guys too, in our industry, not in our industry, but in the gym world, they want a woman who is not powerful.
That's the thing that you might have. I was thinking about that with you because you're so beautiful, you're so powerful, you're so independent. It's interesting when you think about like gender roles. I mean, we may not want to admit it, but there are these innate gender roles people view. Men are probably really intimidated by just a strong, powerful, beautiful, independent woman.
Oh yeah. I mean, don't you feel that way?
It's I know people always assume that we want like a super fit, muscular guy, and we had this conversation about women in our industry that they're in long-term relationships with men that really understand what she's doing, supports her, respects her. So you don't have to be extremely a bodybuilder
and have the confidence to support somebody competing or somebody at
that's huge,
accomplishing their goals. And it doesn't have to be just even competing or in the fitness industry, any kind of goal. Maybe she's the CEO of a successful company, but having somebody who's confident so he can do his thing and he can support her. So if a guy, the men who are watching this show right now, what would be something that would maybe be good for them to do to maybe approach a girl that they've been seeing in the gym? Because clearly those two guys were bad.
A solution. Let's set it right.
Let's set it right. Let's set this right here, right now. We're gonna tell you what we think. All right.
I mean, for sure. I mean, first of all, without question, guys have to really understand that we're serious when we're in the gym. And when you see a woman, you have to kind of get to know her or be in there consistent enough. You can't just walk up and interrupt her workout. Respect her workout, because we would never walk over to a guy after he's bench pressing and he's just sitting there. We wouldn't just walk over and say, "Hey guy, hey dude, would you spot me or would you
can you film me?"
We would not. So I think that's where I'm finding a real disconnect. And sometimes I've seen it also from a place of chauvinist, because it's obvious we know what we're doing. So like when you walk in my space, I have had guys walk in my space and then give me advice, and I'm like, really?
Do you say,
like, you see my body? Yeah. Like, really? So I think you have to just like respect.
Yeah, you may think it's going to impress her, but it's actually going to maybe insult her.
Yeah, I think to your point about not interrupting the gym. So if we're in the middle of a workout, if you really have had your eye on one of these girls, guys, same thing. If it's a female with a guy, wait till they're leaving the gym, or they're taking a break. Maybe they're stretching. When they're not in the middle of a set, or trying to just stay on their game, stay focused, you're gonna have much more success when you're not gonna irritate them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think taking a slower approach, like maybe like making eye contact, smiling, and maybe that's all you got to do for that day. And then maybe the next time, just somehow maybe learn her name and just slowly and gradually make yourself as a presence, so she starts to recognize you. But it would be a big turn off to me
too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, maybe you didn't wear your ring to the gym.
Right.
Maybe you're married. Well, if they're not responding to your vibe that you're putting out, or kind of that eye connection here and there, they're not interested. So give up.
Let go.
But if they're kind of looking, let's be honest, if you're interested, you can't help but kind of check them out back and forth.
Well, when Whitney, you and I are both gym owners, and this is one thing. We have a pretty big box gym out in California, but one thing that we really try to instill in everybody and make the women members feel comfortable is that this is a place where women can come train at, and they feel comfortable. And if there's any kind of like any woman gives us any kind of inclination or reaches out to management and says, I'm feeling uncomfortable by this person, or they feel like they can't just go there and let loose like the guys could train, we address it because we want women to come there and feel welcomed. And I think because I'm one of the gym owners, they, more women have come there to train, but it's really important that we instill a nice balanced ground for everybody.
Yes, for sure.
Okay. Well, guys, we're going to take a break. So hopefully, guys, if you're out there watching, men, hopefully you've learned some dating tips on how to get that date. We're going to go into this next segment and talk about you've got the date. Now, what about the relationship and how to maintain that relationship? So don't go away. We will be back.
You diet down, train hard, and supplement smart for months. When the time comes to step on stage, don't leave your tan to chance. Go with the pros. Pro Tan. #1 worldwide since 1987 and the official sponsor of the Olympia for the last 15 years. Don't step on stage without it. Pro Tan.
All right, we are back. So guys, you got the date. Now let's talk about the relationship and how to maintain that relationship. Right?
A lot of do's and don'ts.
So there are a lot of do's and don'ts. But let's start with, like, we left off talking about, we want you to be confident and strong-minded.
Right.
So any thoughts on that?
Well, okay, this is a little bit of a prelude before the relationship happens, but when it comes to judging somebody on their appearance, I think it goes a lot more than just like, oh, I think this person is attractive, or I don't think this person is attractive. It's like if somebody clearly does not live a lifestyle that is your whole world, if a guy is, like, for example, not in shape, it's not that I wouldn't be attracted to him because he's not in shape and I'm shallow. It's that on the surface I'm observing something that is going to I mean, he would probably be miserable in the relationship too if a guy is not into fitness, which is my world, then that means that he's probably not going to enjoy the relationship either. He might like what he sees,
but
is he going to enjoy living that lifestyle? So, like, if you end up with, if you're a guy and you end up with a girl who lives a totally different lifestyle than you, yes, you have to be confident. But I think I'm not about like changing people, but there might be, some compromises that, need to be made and established. Like, if a girl is like obsessed with fitness, maybe that's like the nudge that you need to incorporate more into your lifestyle. You know, there's compromises, I think, in a relationship to make it last.
Absolutely.
I think too, it's like at the gym, if you're approached, they're obviously only looking at the exterior.
Yeah.
So if you do start that conversation, there's that banter back and forth. If they don't ask a question about you, your personality, your character, what you do for a living, and it's all about, gosh, you're gorgeous and you're beautiful and your waist and your muscles. All they want to do is hook up.
Right.
And there's
That's
nothing deeper in their head if they can't ask a question about
That's
you.
the best one.
So it's like, okay, granted, yeah, there's a lot of beautiful people in the world, in the gym. What makes me better than this person, this person? If you're not going to take the time to get to know me, or, I mean, whatever it is, show a different personality, different side. Have something else in the conversation that's not just about looks and you're lusting over something, because that's not attractive.
Well, and being professional athletes, we're around beautiful people all the time. So it takes a lot more than a pretty face and a great body to get us to like think twice. I want sense of humor is like the most important thing to me. And then confidence. But without those two, it's like it doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, so much. What we do, it's like so deep. Like we were talking about being supportive and conscientious of like our training schedule. So they look, and like you said, it's what they see external. Now let's really. I want you to be happy too. Right? Like what you were saying. And you might find out that what you signed up for, it's a lot. Like, are you willing? So that's the telltale of if the relationship's going to last. It really is.
Well, like, I mean, I've been married for 12 years, and my husband and I, we've been together for 14 years. And actually, in the sport of bodybuilding, he started out, this was his sport, and I was a track athlete. But he doesn't compete anymore, and he actually stopped competing in 2009. But that is one thing that has really made us grow stronger, is that when I'm competing, he is so like understanding about all the different like levels between like my emotions and like what I need. Like he'll help me cook my food, and he'll go to the gym with me even if he's not feeling it. If he doesn't feel like working out, he'll train me. But that honestly, that has been a huge part of it, is kind of like merging together and having this just such a connection in something that is basically like my whole world. It's not just about the girl either. It's not just about like, oh, it's all about me because I'm a competitor, so you have to just like cater to that, because I truly believe it's a two-way street. I think that both people need to enjoy that relationship, and that's why I was saying before that people need to make compromises, and if it's not your world, I wouldn't want to keep somebody, like hold someone down if they're like not enjoying a lifestyle.
Because we're athletes, and I was thinking about the difference between being an athlete on stage with what we do, because that's like a lifestyle. Like everything that we do, our sleep, our training, eating, cooking, being in the sun, not being in the sun, like it's everything. So like probably 2/3 of our life, when that person's on that journey and then they actually get to see what you have to go through, it is a lot. And people may think that is extreme, but it's like, it's the same with anything. Like if you're dating a track and field athlete, you know that what you do now is different from track and field.
Definitely.
Like you probably during that time could go to the movies and maybe sit, and maybe you could enjoy popcorn, or maybe if you didn't have popcorn and you were training as a track and field athlete, but you didn't fall asleep. Right? But bodybuilding, a lot of times with us, it's like our whole bodies, right? So you're at the movies and you decide you're not eating popcorn.
I'm not the only one.
And you're going to fall asleep.
Relax and you're like,
and then the guy's like, oh my God, like this girl. Like, so I
think it's having an understanding of each other too. My first marriage, when I first started getting into competing and earn my pro card, he was very supportive. He's the one that actually said, like, you should try this out. And but as I started to compete more, it was kind of like this is just your hobby. But I was looking at more of like, this is my career. Like I wanted, like I had a career, but like I looked at it as like a full-time job, and I really wanted to see how far I could go with it. And I started to kind of get like restrictions on, you know, how often I can compete, and I was, it wasn't a really supportive relationship in regards to like what my passion was. My current husband, who I met in the industry, he's also a competitor as well, but he understands, like you and Matt, and it's really supportive. And it's I don't think it can be challenging to find that, but finding somebody who has the same passion and interest that you do, like it's going to make it so much easier for both people.
Yeah, great point.
Or like anything. When I say compromise, I mean, like I said, I mean both ways. Like before I met Matt, I was like such an outdoors person. I camp and go hiking. You know, I mean, I was all about the outdoors, and he hates camping. He's like, that's not happening. He's like, 5-star hotel, that's it. I was like, oh, so it's funny because I literally haven't camped since before I met Matt, but it's not like now I don't know if I could camp because I've
go glamping. Glamping.
Compromise, right?
Wait, so remind me what glamping is. I think I know what that is.
Glamping is either like maybe a really nice yurt, or you can get like a little, like a cabin.
But you're in nice.
Yeah, but you have like a kid. You're in a nice combination, but you're kind of still like an outdoor.
You have a porch that has a view.
Kitchen.
But two people are never going to be happy if, you know, one person is like wanting to do certain activities and certain, you know, if somebody's really into like physical activities, because he may not want to camp, but he's very into physical activities. I mean, he loves doing like ropes courses and stuff like that, which I love doing. But it's like two people have to be able to enjoy the same type of activities. It doesn't necessarily have to be like an extreme athlete that, you know, you're talking about, but somebody's like really active. That's so much more than, you know, what meets the eye. You know what I mean?
To your point too, like, and we kind of talked about like, if you guys are lucky that both your spouses are in the industry, but there's so many clients I have that love that aspect. They're like, look, I would never want to date in the industry because they're so tunnel vision focused on it. They need their other half to be outside of the sport so that it takes them into real life, so they have a balance.
I was going to actually just mention balance being so important, and you are right, because like when Chris and I would compete together, like he's a professional athlete and so was I. We would sometimes do shows together, and that like 2 weeks before we kind of just made like an agreement, like we don't see each other for the 2 weeks before. Neither of us are fun to be around right now. But having someone to maybe support you in your role that understands it, but being completely submerged, that would be really challenging.
Because we've all seen athletes, it could be ourselves too, where at times of our lives, this is our everything. We aren't like trying to spread our happiness in other realms. Well, when you put everything in one basket, that's when you set yourself up for failure. So having that balance, or being able to go, okay, you're right, I did my show, but now it's off season. Now I need to enjoy vacations, or we're still going to go to the gym or be active. You know, obviously I think everyone in the fitness world, it's great if you find someone who has that common ground. But absolutely.
But finding that balance it takes a while to find that balance.
And do you ever really find it? I mean, it's like, I feel like
no, I agree. It's challenging.
In life and everything, honestly.
They're short stints.
So then each of us, basically relationships that we've been in, we met the guy in the gym or something fitness, health and fitness related. Would you say?
I did meet Chris in the gym.
Okay.
Not for
a hotel gym. But it was before a show. He was.
I mean, do you really want to know how I met Matt?
Yes. Inquiring minds would like to know. The story
that I told my family, or the real story?
Truth.
Okay, I told this story, by the way, the truth. I told them at my engagement party that my sisters threw. I finally came clean about the story.
Ooh, this sounds
I know.
Okay, now, mind you, in 2008 when we met, meeting people online, like Tinder and all that stuff, that was not a thing. It was very taboo to meet somebody online, right? It was back when everybody had MySpace, and Facebook wasn't really like on the rise just yet. And Instagram, there was no Instagram, you know? And we I had just moved to the Bay Area and I saw his profile. I lived by myself.
His MySpace profile.
Yeah.
Oh wow, MySpace.
And it was so. And I was like, oh, he had all these magazine covers and stuff like that. And I was like, I didn't even think he was a real person. I was just like, I sent him a message. I said, it would be fun to work out with someone as cute as you.
Wow. So you were the one.
There
you go, guys.
I love it.
I was like, you know what? These guys are hard to come by. I'm just gonna dive in.
Good for you.
And he got back to me, and I was like, oh my God, he's real.
That's funny. But you know what's funny is a guy said that to a girl, it'd be kind of like, oh, that's kind of cheesy. But if a girl says it to a guy, they're like, okay, she's got some confidence.
Yeah. I agree with that. I totally agree with that. But then we met up at because I knew that my mom would kill me if I had him pick me up at my house and knew where I lived because I didn't totally know him yet. But we talked and stuff like that. I think we met up at a Borders or one of those bookstores. And so I told everybody that we ran into each other in the fitness aisle at Borders. And oh my God,
in the fitness,
fitness aisle. Like we were in the fitness aisle,
bookstore.
the self-help aisle.
The self-help.
And we were looking at the same book, I'm just kidding.
How to date. Oh, look.
Yeah.
You're here.
Wow.
And then we were engaged and we got married in 2010. Sorry, I forgot. We got married in 2010, and at my engagement party, that's when I was like, okay, guys, everyone sit down. I'm going to tell you the story.
That's so clean.
Yeah.
But it worked out.
So it was online dating.
Yeah.
So before it was online dating.
Yeah, right before.
Yeah.
MySpace
Check your
dating.
DMs.
Check your DMs.
That was the part.
I don't know about that. I do not recommend checking DMs.
With this whole thing, doing all the research and looking and watching these TikTok videos, and then all of a sudden, like I was trying to make the distinction, like what's the definition of dating and relationships, and in doing so, I think I'm going to have like this flood of, because there are all these dating sites were popping up.
Oh no!
All these dating sites, and I'm like, oh my God, like that's the last thing. Like, okay,
oh yes,
yeah. So then, I'm seeing like this now, this new generation.
Your search history is now wow.
This whole new thing going on with dating and relationships.
Have you never been on a dating app
like Tinder?
I've never been on a dating app.
Have you been on a dating app?
For like 2 weeks and be like after like a long time ago, and it was so overwhelming. Before I knew it, I was like talking to 5 different people, and it was like so overwhelming that I just deleted it.
Okay,
it's a lot.
I don't recommend.
No, it's overwhelming.
Clearly, been on
All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break and come back and pick up on like the real, like in-depth topics of relationships. All right, we will be back. Don't go away. All right, the date's done, you're in the relationship, and let's talk about some more like in-depth. First of all, Camille, you said something about like, we left off about these dating apps and a suggestion you gave.
So, talking about getting to know who Whitney had mentioned something during the commercial break. Whitney had said, you might not know who you're going to be meeting at your blind date. To avoid that, you want to FaceTime them, but don't tell them you're going to do it. Just surprise them with a FaceTime, and then you can see who you're getting yourself into.
Yes,
or getting involved with.
With the filters.
Yes.
But if it's someone like me, they probably have like an LED mask on and body seaweed.
Oh, it's good.
They're like, that's not you. No, really. Yes.
Like, but you at the gym again?
Yes. And I will share the story. This is not.
Yes, please do.
Okay, so this is a bad experience.
She got catfish.
But it was through a dating app. Went on the date, went to shake the guy's hand, and he only had one arm. Oh. Nothing wrong with just having one arm.
No, nothing wrong at all.
But I thought, how did I miss that? I felt so rude going to shake his hand. So I said, I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. In the bathroom, I pull up the photos. In every photo, he had 2 arms.
Yeah.
So I'm blunt. I walk out and I said, I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. I wasn't trying to insult you. I didn't know you were missing an arm. I said, I don't mind that, but in your photos, why? Oh, I photoshopped those. And I said, this isn't going to work.
No, this is not going to work.
You're going to be in that.
See, you know what's unfortunate about that
crazy.
is that some people go through life and they think that people are going to, discriminate them for something, but the reality is that you weren't discriminating him for not having an arm. You were turned off because he was being dishonest.
Well, and I just felt like such a jerk. Like, who would do that? You know, that's so rude.
Yeah.
But again,
it was
be who you are. Own who you are.
Own it. You probably would have been attracted to him. You probably would have wanted to.
He was a great-looking guy. With the things as I've broken, it's a matter of time before something's amputated on me.
So it goes back to confidence.
Yeah, it does.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Well, like on a deeper note, ladies, we've been doing this for a long time. We make a living at this, and luckily, like, we're at the place in our life where we know the importance of having someone there that will truly support us through that journey. So you made a comment, Camille, about career versus hobby, and I really feel, I was close to being married 25 years, and I thought about my relationship, and I thought, probably most likely my husband would not have been great for me prior to me winning the Olympia. I don't think he would have been very supportive through that, because when he and I got married, I was already Miss Olympia, already established, had the career. So it was a lot easier to be there for that ride. And he was very supportive.
That's an interesting point.
But I believe that for most, they look at us and they look at what we do, and it's serious. It's not, so financially, like, guys, you have to know when you're in a relationship with a woman like ourselves, or if your girlfriend, wife, she wants to go to the gym, give her that respect, take it serious.
I want to know
support her.
Yeah, I want to know from you guys. Okay, now, do you think that it's more attractive, more of a turn on to get in a relationship with somebody that you are, both of you guys have not established or, any accomplishments and grow together? Or do you find yourself more attracted to somebody who's already established? Because that's an interesting point. I didn't think about that.
And if you're growing together, is there a part where if one starts really killing the game, does that build jealousy, envy?
Inquiring minds want to know.
Because there's so many couples out there. Share, comment.
That happened a lot in our industry.
They grow together and then that support.
And it's kind of weird, because I'm just going to say this and put this out there, but I feel like women, we're much more in acceptance of, if he goes and he wins the Olympia, or he goes and he wins, he turns pro, first, we're kind of cool with it. But I've seen some vice versa, not handle it well if she turns pro before him,
Well, and it's amazing because if anyone just follows their true passion, before I was competing, I was a hygienist. I was a dental hygienist. I'm a mom, but I was on a completely different trajectory. And then when I earned my pro card, I was just like, whoa, my eyes, I was just like, what is this? And I wanted to pursue it. And if I did not pursue that and follow the path that I was passionate about, I wouldn't have gone to Olympia. I would not have gone to the Arnolds. I would not have met all the people I know now. I would not be a gym owner. I would not have been, it would have been a completely different lifestyle, which is fine, but I followed something that I was passionate about, and it was having someone that supported that along the way.
And in reality, you have to live the life for you when you're living it for someone else. Like you said, if you would have stayed in that relationship, you would have missed out on all
We're
that.
still like best friends. We co-parent amazingly together.
So great.
Yes.
So great.
It could just be a difference of personalities. I think it may not be like a general consensus. I think that some people really do like to grow together, and they're able to like yin and yang and maybe be off balance in terms of like success, whether it's the guy or the girl. Just personalities. Me and Matt, I think we both have that kind of personality.
Yeah,
we're both very, but that's not like everybody. Like some people, the relationship really works when one person is like the star and the other person is the support system. And I think it really depends, because not one scenario is best for everybody.
For sure.
But like, what do you guys think? You know?
Yeah. So like, you guys, both of you have children. So when you're dieting or preparing for competition, or did you get the support? Because we need the support. Like sometimes it's like you want your other half to put on the child care or take them to practice. And
I did everything. I was very involved throughout. Yeah.
You were very involved. Did you get some help? Like
I was a single mom for like my entire career in this sport.
She's doing her workouts on the soccer field.
Yeah, I mean, I do. It's like you do what you got to do, because I was still a mom first and foremost.
Yeah.
And if my kids ever didn't like me competing, didn't like embrace the sport, because my boys were little when I got into the sport, 3 and 5. So
me too.
You know, but they loved it. They just thought it was cool that their mom does a backflip.
They thought it was
okay.
The coolest thing
that was
ever.
the one thing that they focused on for me. But absolutely, my boys were busy. I know you're a crazy busy mom with all the stuff you have going on, but we still find ways to get it done. And it would have been great to have that as support, but then again, if they're not truly supporting, I don't want the drama.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'd rather do it all myself.
Yeah.
And be a single mom.
And we know
do
that
this.
at this point in our lives. I think early on, sometimes women are just like, oh, I want to be I remember thinking, I want to be in a relationship. you know what I mean? And then you get the relationship and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of drama with it.
Yeah, I'm in a lasting relationship, but I truly mean this, and I said this before I got in my relationship. I'd rather be happy by myself than unhappy and in a relationship. I would be single my entire life if it meant that like I couldn't like find someone that could make my life better, because I feel like someone's either going to make your life better or worse. There's no in between. It's like if somebody's not making it better, and you better be pushing the same out too. It's a two-way street. You're making their life better, they're making your life better, then that's copacetic. If it's making your life worse, just be single.
Yeah.
And just keep looking. Keep making the rounds at the gym.
Right. Keep looking. Yeah, you know, the guys out there, like, you want to be in a relationship, and like we were talking about, like, listen, it's deep. There's a lot to us, and you know, it can happen. It can happen in the gym. It's even though there's a lot of physical energy. Now, this is the one thing I was thinking about.
Okay.
Now, this is kind of going back to the...
Where we going?
Because I think, like, a lot of times, like, when we're talking about the guy's opinions and his advice on women and their attire, like, when you see a woman, she's got a great body, or she's whatever, and she's got on clothing that maybe guys feel like is suggestive. Like, oh, it's like she's doing that exercise.
The guy in the video thought that.
Right. So I think that's something to, because I want to say, I was a little bit judgmental sometimes. Like, and I think as I got older, you know, mature, and I'd look and I'd see women, and, you know, I usually mind my own business, but going through these videos, I saw a woman, and she was in very tight attire. You could see all the crevices, cracks, and all this other stuff, and she was on the floor,
shape of it all,
and she was stretching, and so she made the comment, you know, because there's this thing out there now where women are putting it out there. He's glaring at me. He's just staring at me, and I was kind of like, well.
This is one thing that I find so funny that some women do, and I'm in the gym every day, and some girls will walk in with outfits, and you're just like, okay, you are, but I know that they're not single, and it's like you just want to be noticed, but not approached. Don't talk. Don't look at me. Don't. I don't want to know.
Don't look at me,
but look at me.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna bash him. Why is he staring? He won't stop staring.
He's such a
your
perv.
boobs are about to fall out. So he wants to see it.
I mean, there's a difference between. I mean, sometimes like you're wearing tights and a sports bra bra and tank top, and you get hot. Like sometimes I'll be in the step mill and I'm just pouring, and I gotta take that tank top off, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not trying to like get some guy to come up to me. I'm just hot, right? Versus somebody comes in all decked out in like that's like the new fad though. I notice when I go to the gym, I mean, so many girls are wearing these matchy outfits and stuff. I don't know, it's a different generation. I think social media is kind of pushing that. And so I'm not really sure. I agree with you. I think that it is kind of like, well, you come in like with this super cute decked out outfit, showing everything. I mean, I'm not really sure. I guess I'm kind of out of touch with the generation.
We can't bash guys completely.
That's right.
For
we can't.
So now we're having this conversation.
We're kind of going full circle.
We're now giving it credit.
We have to talk it out.
We're thinking like, okay, maybe we are a little crazy. We're really hard. Women are hard to read.
So it's like,
I don't think any of us are really going into the gym with
guys, we worked it out. Don't worry, we worked it out for you.
Right. Yeah. We just want to make that clear.
So not everyone is on the same page. They're looking cute. Maybe again they're dressing for themselves. But there are. I think we all can. If you just watch someone for 5 minutes, you know, are they putting the vibe out and they want the attention? Or are they just there? They're trying to look cute. And honestly, a lot of athletes, they have to wear their sponsored apparel. So whether it's cute or not, or they have to shoot quick videos. So
I like to look cute for myself too.
But
you can feel good.
You
sometimes.
Guys, one key body language that you can learn from women at the gym, if there's a girl that you think is cute, you want to go talk to her. If she's focused on all of her sets, she's not looking up, taking long breaks, and she is just in the zone, she's not there to talk or to really chat. So if she's taking long breaks, looking around on her phone, going like this, then she's probably there to maybe do a little bit more socializing.
She's waiting for someone.
Waiting. She's been waiting.
Learn to read the signs, guys. Read those signs.
They're in there somewhere.
All right. This is such an awesome topic. We can go on and on and on, but truly, we want to hear from you. So subscribe. And please, I want to hear your stories of the gym experience.
Good or bad.
Good or bad. There's a lot of physical energy going on.
Maybe we'll bring it up in another episode. We'll talk about
we'll recap with all the crazy stories.
All right. And for us, it's a wrap. See you next Friday.